Now we're going to start lesson 19, harvesting with conditionals. So in this lesson we're going to learn repeat, we're going to learn while, we're going to learn conditionals, if else, all the stuff. So let's get started. Cool. The first challenge is corn you helped me harvest today. So yeah, we need to harvest corn. So help the harvester check a row of corn to see if anything is ready to pick. Use conditionals to look at each sprout. Every stalk will either have 0 or 1 piece of corn ready to harvest. Cool. So okay, so there is a while path ahead we can use, because we need to just go straight. So while path ahead, we move forward. Okay, and in each block we need to check, right? So if there is a corn, we'll pick corn, otherwise we won't do anything, right? So we only pick corn. Okay, let's run. Cool. Awesome. This one is done. So let's look at the second challenge. Is the similar challenge. Now you have lettuce. Collect both crops from this row. So you can, the garden is mixed up, it has both corn and lettuce, but the catch is it doesn't have sprout on each block, right? So you have block that are empty. So okay, yeah, so we need to program for this. So while path ahead, because it's straight path, okay, we use this. Each path we move forward, and we have this block, right? So let's try with this and then see what happens. So remember this if else. So each block is gonna check this. If there is a corn, it will do something. If there is no corn, it will do other thing, right? So let's see. If there is a corn, pick corn, other than pick lettuce, and yeah, that's it. Let's run it. Like, I know this is not gonna work, but let's see. See, it failed because when it went to this block, it couldn't find a corn. So it tries to pick a lettuce, but there's no lettuce here, right? So this if else won't work here. So we need to find another one. So if, so we can use to if, right? Like it will do stuff if only there is a lettuce, right? That's what we need. So if there is a lettuce, pick lettuce. If there is a corn, pick corn. So specifically we are saying what to do if you find it, like there is no default. Cool. So if lettuce, pick lettuce. If there is a corn, pick corn, and that's it. Like if you don't find either of them, just don't do anything, move forward. Cool. Pick one, don't do anything here. Picking corn, picking lettuce, picking corn. Awesome. Congratulations. Cool. Sneak peek the code, the same while it'll accept a true or false. So while path ahead, this returns a true. It will execute this code when this thing is true. When this is false, it's not going to do anything. So move forward is another function that helps this animation go forward. And if also takes true or false. So this function checking whether there's it has lettuce on the block. If true, execute this. If false, don't do anything. Same with the corn. Cool. Alright, corn, lettuce, and pumpkin. So we could have 3 type of crops, but again, like not each block will have a sprout, right? So yeah, let's do the same thing. While path ahead, we need to move forward. So that's a straight line, so that's fine. On each block, we're just gonna check for these 3, right? So if there is a pumpkin, we'll pick pumpkin. If there are a corn, we'll pick corn. If there are lettuce, we pick a lettuce, right? Straightforward. Like each block is gonna go, each block check for all of them, and then if she finds anything, she'll pick it. If not, she will just start doing this block again. So because we said while path ahead, so here at this point she's gonna check at this point if there is any path. If there is a path, then it will execute this block. So that means move forward to all those checks. Okay, let's run this. Cool, awesome. So similar, true, false. So this while and conditional, they only expect true or false. Cool. Okay, gosh, now the let is growing in clusters. So now, so far we had only one items. Now we could have like multiple items here. Okay, so we do same thing. While path ahead, because it's a straight line. So while there's a path, we want to go to the next block. Okay, so let's move forward, and then if there is a lettuce, okay, so there's a new thing. So there's a difference between if there is a lettuce and while there is a lettuce, right? So if is just gonna check for one time, that's it. It'll just check if there is a lettuce, done, it's gonna execute the following code. But with while, it's gonna check every time if there is any lettuce left. If left, it's gonna execute the code in the middle, and then when that's done, it's gonna check again. So it's a loop, where if is just a conditional, just gonna check, that's it. When you see while, there's a loop, it's called while loop, and there is a lettuce, it's just checking. So that's gonna give us true or false. Cool. So in this case, since we are gonna have multiple lettuces, or yeah, only lettuces, then is it only lettuce? I was supposed to pick up our lettuce. Yeah, it's only lettuces, right? So since we have multiple, we'll use this while. So yeah, while there is one, you just pick one, and that's it. So let's run. 2. Yeah, second one, nothing there. Second one, there's a 8. Okay, so it keeps eating on while there's lettuce. Okay, that's the main difference between if and while. Okay, let's look at the code. So see, while is a loop, right? While is a loop. So as long as these things returns a true, this will get executed. So it'll do this, it'll do this line over and over again. So here it's gonna check lettuce, get lettuce done, it's gonna come back to this line, and then if this line says has lettuce false, it's just gonna skip this and then go to the next line. Cool, I hope you understand. If not, leave it in the comment section. I'll try to describe this again. Cool. So what a beautiful, what a bountiful crop. Okay, the field has sort of corn and lettuce now. Okay, with a one pumpkin at the end. So it's guaranteed. It's saying at the end you will have one pumpkin, right? Cool. So we have this repeat until there are pumpkins. So that means she's gonna whatever we tell her to do, she's gonna repeat until she reaches at this point. And then here we have corn and lettuce, right? Yeah, cool. So we can say move forward, and then they didn't say anything about a number, right? So we are safe if we use while, because it doesn't matter if there is 1 or there is 100. This block will help us get all of them. So while there is a corn, we'll pick corn. While there is lettuce, we'll pick lettuce. And at the end, so repeat until a pumpkin. So she's gonna go each steps and stop here. So at this point, this while is not true anymore. So this repeat is not true anymore. And then that means she is gonna be at this spot, and when she's at this spot, we want her to pick the pumpkin, right? Cool. So let's run. I see it has multiple, so yeah, we did well with placing while. Awesome, good job. Let's see while. So although it says repeat on this on the block, but it's actually working like a while. So while pumpkin is, yeah, so it's determining this by checking every spot if there is a pumpkin. If there is a pumpkin, is there a pumpkin on this spot? Is there a pumpkin on the spot? If not, so this bang is like if this returns a true, if you put this exclamatory sign, but in programming JavaScript this is a bang, so that means is change, is reverse the value. So if this thing returns true, putting in front of this means it's a false, right? So has pumpkin, for the first step, has pumpkin will return false, that means there's no pumpkin, and this bang will make the whole thing true. So while true, move forward, right? Yeah, these things takes time to understand. So it has in most of the languages, like in Ruby you can use this as well. So yeah, that's the most complex concept. Like if you understand it now, you're a genius, but if you don't, you're like us, like me. It took me a lot to understand this, but yeah, let's go. We'll talk about this later on. Now we don't need to understand this. Cool. So we did similar things in other lesson, but let's do it here. Let's take this one step further. Can you figure out how to pick the pumpkin? Make sure collect all the crops along the way. So it says all the corn, right? So that's a hint. Okay, so repeat until there is pumpkin, which is here, and it's not a straight line anymore, right? So we need to do some turn at some point. So we have while path ahead, that's good. So let's program till here. Okay, so while path ahead, what do we do? Where is that? While there is corn, so at first we need to move forward, right? So we need to keep going, and then we go to this step and then check while there is a corn, because we'll be collecting corn, we'll pick corn, right? That's it. So this will take us to this point, and at this point we program for this, right? We need to, so we'll be facing this, we need to go this, so we'll be turning left, and the program that we did here, this will work on this as well, right? So all good. And then at this point we'll be facing this, we need to face this, so we'll be turning left as well, and then whatever program we did here is going to work for this straight line as well. And this is turn left. Okay, turn left, this one or this, yeah, and then the same turn left, and then same turn left, right? So all of the cases we need to turn left, so we can easily put turn left here. So this is one line, so this bit of code actually solves for a line, and then we have 1 2, it doesn't matter how much we have, how many we have, because we already said reach till pumpkin, right? So we don't need to, like these things we're using, so we don't need to, we don't have this repeat block, so we don't need to use the repeat, right? So we don't need to tell how many times, we just say until you reach the pumpkin, and when you're on the pumpkin, that means after this block you pick a pumpkin, pick the pumpkin, right? Cool. So this block will reach us to the pumpkin, and when we're on the pumpkin we'll just pick the pumpkin. Cool. Awesome. So same, the bang thing while, and then turn left, get pumpkin. Cool. Okay, challenge. All right, I am ready. Okay, so now we have exactly the same one, but in like opposite side. So yeah, try to do this. Pause and do this, and then when you're done, unpause it to see the solution. Cool. So I'm just going to quickly do this because I just explained it on the previous thing. So repeat until there is a pumpkin, and then while there's a path ahead, so we'll solve for this path first. Move forward, and then we have collect all corn and pumpkin, so we just add corn and lettuce. Sorry, so lettuce, pick lettuce, or not if. See, I was doing a mistake because there's no number given, right? They didn't say there were only one. There could be multiple. So pick corn while there is lettuce, pick lettuce, and this will bring her here, and then from this she needs to turn right to go to this path, and this code will solve for that path. So just turn right. So this will solve for a path, and after the end of the path we'll just turn right, and this code will take us to the pumpkin, and while we're on top of the pumpkin we'll pick pumpkin. Cool. Cool. This was a bit slow. I think changed the rapid thing, but yeah, all good. Code is similar. Checking pumpkin for each step. If not pumpkin, that means you haven't reached till the pumpkin. And then if there is a path, go to the path, pick corn and lettuce, and at the end of the path turn right, and then at the end of, like when you add pumpkin, get the pumpkin. Cool. Okay, it's exactly the same code. Okay, all right, repeat until there is a pumpkin. So it has less stuff, but exactly the same. Like these things, when you have something, it's considered at the end of the path. So cool. So I think that's the gotcha, like to give you some trick. So until there is a pumpkin, while path ahead, move forward, and turn right here, and then while there is corn, pick corn, while there is lettuce, pick lettuce, and when we are on the pumpkin, pick pumpkin. Cool. So with this path, while path ahead, I think they mean, well, there's a path where you can go. Like at this point you couldn't go because there is a cow there, right? So if it's path forward, right, that's what they mean. If there is a path, clear path where you can step on. Cool. Collect all the corn. So this is the same path. I think we've done this many times, this pattern. So we'll only solve for this. My drawing. Okay, we'll only solve for this, and the rest just a pattern. So these things over and over again, over and over again. Cool. So repeat until we are on the pumpkin. We move forward. facing this way to face this. So we'll turn right, and then we go move forward. So we're on this spot here. It could be corn or lettuce. So while there is corn, pick corn. While there is lettuce, pick lettuce, and that's it. Now to face this way, so we can have the pattern, we'll just turn left, and this will take us to the pumpkin. And when we are on the pumpkin, we'll pick the pumpkin. Cool. Awesome. So same thing. So I'm showing you the code because I want to get you familiarized before we go to the app section. So there's the app building section where you need to add different event. Like they have block, but still they sneak peek you a bit of the code so that you're not like overwhelmed when we go there. So yeah. All right, last one is the reverse one. Cool. That's a prediction. Cool. And again, I'm seeing this teacher things because I'm a teacher. All right. Cool. Is proud in this pizza will be the corn puzzle. Will be the corn or lettuce. Take a closer look. Okay. So let's read the code first. So repeat until there are pumpkins. So it's gonna go here and move forward. Okay. Let's draw. Move forward. It's gonna go to here. Turn left. So we'll go here, facing this way. Move forward. Come here, facing this. So we'll turn right, facing this way. And while there's a corn, we'll pick corn. So pick whatever it is, either corn or lettuce. Yep. And that's it. And that'll continue like doing this, and stop here. And there's nothing mentioned about pumpkin, so it's not getting the pumpkin. Cool. So let's read the options. The harvester will collect all of the crops. Not true. Okay, not getting the pumpkin. The harvester will not pick any of the corn with the path she's taking. That's not also true. She'll pick this. I will pick all the crops except the pumpkin. Yeah, that's true because there's nothing said get pumpkin. Okay, I was only pick the pumpkin now. Not true. Okay, let's run. Cool. Awesome. So we're at the end of the lesson. Keep practicing, and thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.